Rejection can be your biggest teacher. What do I mean by that? So yesterday I was watching YouTube and I came across a video by Matthew Hussey where he was saying how when you break up with someone or when someone breaks up with you, you stop focusing on the problems that you had in the relationship, like the breadcrumbs, being gaslit, them not answering you, them not helping you, and all the things that you went through in the relationship. You forget about that, and now all of a sudden what is important for you is your ego, and your ego is telling you that because this person did not choose you or this person has rejected you, it means that you are not worth it. And then now you try to fight to prove to that person that you are worth it, and you try to fight to prove them you try to fight and prove to them that they need to choose you. And it made me remember the times where I was still doing interviews and psychometric tests. You know, in those tests they always tell you that there is no right or wrong answer, and I remember I used to lie so much, and I'm not proud of that, and I don't recommend that you do it as well. So there are those questions. One would say, if you go to a party, would you rather go and sit down somewhere, or would you rather go and chat to everyone that is in that party? And for me, I know for sure that I would prefer to go and sit down somewhere in my corner and just watch people than to go and talk to them and network, because for me that has not been my strongest point. But in my head I thought that in order for me to be a good candidate, I need to show them that I am someone who likes people. I need to show them that I love working in a team. I need to show them that I can socialize with my team members, not understanding that for my role specifically, I'm not expected to be an introvert. In fact, I'm not expected to be an extrovert. In fact, most of the people who do the job that I do are introverts, because my job has to do with data programming and coding, and those kinds of job usually people who do them, they love being with themselves, they love listening to their minds, they love going through critical thinking and making decisions based on that. And in order for them to pay attention to details and to work with numbers, they have to be in a quiet environment where they're not disturbed by other people. So sometimes you might be lying, thinking that people want this, not knowing that actually they want you for who you are. And I remember this other time in my previous job, we had a team building, and in the team building we did that psychometric test where they would ask us what would you rather do, and then based on that they told us that, like, this team introverts, 30% is extroverts. Actually, there were very few people who were extroverts in my team, and I was surprised, and like it gave me a sigh of relief, because imagine if you get a job after lying and saying that you're an extrovert, and then only to find out that now that you have the job you have to pretend like you are an extrovert. How long would you pretend for? Because as human beings, you are bound to get tired of pretending. Maybe you can pretend for 2 months, but after that you are depleted, you are tired, and you want to go back to your default mode. So rejection can be your biggest teacher in terms of it teaches you to be authentic. When you are authentic, you are going to attract your tribe. When you are authentic, you are going to get your blessings. I remember someone saying that if you're not being yourself, maybe your blessing is trying to find the real you, but the real you does not exist. So now your blessings are just hovering all over because they don't know where to find you. So it's very important to accept who you are, to be authentic to who you are, because that way you will find your tribe. And for me, people that I love the most on YouTube, they mirror to me who I am. I see them and I think, oh my God, I see myself in this person. And I'm so glad that they are being themselves, because now I can see myself in those people. The second thing that a rejection does for you is it invites you to be in the moment, because what happens is once you get rejected, you start to fantasize about what could have been. But the truth is, what could have been did not happen. There's a saying in my culture that goes like, what has happened is like the will of God. So you need to make what has happened to you work for you. Wherever you are right now in your life, you need to fall in love with that and move forward with what you have right now. Stop fantasizing about what could have been, and instead ask yourself, with what I have right now, what can I do next? That is the next best step. Okay, so it invites you to be in the moment, to appreciate where you are, and to know that something better is. Also, I believe that rejection is also a protection from God. Even though you really wanted that job or you really wanted that person, the truth is you don't know about them. You know the only perspective that they're showing you. That job, you don't know if it could have been a toxic environment. So just rest in knowing that I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to trust that God is redirecting me to the right places, because you don't know it all. You only know what you can see in front of your eyes. You don't know that sometimes you're being protected. You don't know that something way better is waiting for you. What else did I say? As I was talking about how you fall in love with your current life and you make what you have work for you, it reminds me of the Midnight Library. There's this character there who like had so many regrets, and the minute she started falling in love with her real life, everything changed, because she was like, if this didn't work out, even though I didn't go this direction, the direction that I'm in right now, it's still good. So instead of fantasizing about something that you should be letting go, be kind to yourself and be in the moment and take the next best decision with what you know, the facts and not the fantasies. And also, rejection will be like a filter. You don't want people in your life who only like the fake version of you. You like people who love you for who you are. That way you don't have to pretend. That way you don't have to deplete your energy trying to show a facade or a version of you that you also just don't even understand. Also, when you're being authentic, you sleep peacefully knowing that you have given it your best. You sleep peacefully knowing that people who like you for who you are, not for the show that you have been projecting to them. So it's very important that you accept rejection like a champ. For me, I always apply and I always get rejected, and I know that it has nothing to do with me. I know that maybe I didn't get that job because I'm overqualified. Maybe they couldn't afford to pay the money that I want, or maybe just not a good fit. And the things that we just don't understand in this world, that we need to accept and say, okay, this did not work out for me, that is fine, I am grateful, thank you, next. Then you go to the next one. You don't need to understand why someone ghosted you, because let's be honest, that person who ghosted you, that had nothing to do with you. Maybe they were scared, maybe they found someone better, maybe they couldn't handle your energy. Whatever it is none of your business. And I find that sometimes, in fact most of the times, when we are rejected, we personalize the things. We think it is about us. When someone is cheating on you, for an example, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your worth, and everything to do with their insecurities and whatever that they are dealing with. Learn to take the rejection like a champ and say thank you, next, and say I know that something better is coming for me. And be yourself, be authentic, love who you are, be grateful for where you are, and look forward for where you are going. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comment section below if you have ever been rejected. Also, next time you're being rejected, ask yourself, was I real? Was that me? Was I being authentic? And then if yes, and still got rejected, then you didn't lose, you won. Because like I said, rejection is like a filter, and it will filter out people and things that are not meant for you, because your soul knows what you deserve, even though you want to cling to the people and the things that you don't deserve because you feel like nothing better will come. Learn to release the control, learn to say it is what it is. Let me know in the comment section below if you've ever been rejected and how did it feel for you, because I know that it really hurts in the moment. You tend to understand maybe at a later year or after some time has passed, when things are starting to make sense. Then you're like, oh, okay, that's why that happened like that. So also like and subscribe and check out my playlist. I have a playlist of 100 videos that I'm aiming to do. I think right now I'm on about 30 videos. So check them out, and until next time, have a day as beautiful as you are. I love you so much. Okay, now, goodbye.